been in project and time management and has led teams within government to set and meet their goals and be a master over their time and priorities. As a small business owner, she has drawn on her past experience in coaching and training to help keep clients accountable in achieving the business results they are looking for. And I suggest probably lots of people in this room today as well. Leanne will help you nurture solutions to develop your creativity, increase personal passion, prioritise self-care, and live a purposefully balanced life so that you can action and deliver your goals for your business. And I cannot think of a better way to end our Ocean Network than to have Leanne present to us today on busyness and accountability. Thank you, Leanne.
Thanks, Kirsty. I'll just share my screen and get that up. And hopefully I can start this slideshow. I won't be able to see any comments, but I'm sure Kirsty will be able to tell me if there's anything that comes up. I'm quite happy if you've got questions on the way through. So feel free to put them in the chat box, and Kirsty will let me know and I can answer those, or you can leave them to the end, up to you. So yeah, I thought I'd talk about busyness and accountability, since it's that time of year where we need to start thinking about next year. Because, you know, even now I've got things booked in for next year, and there's things like even as far as October. So I have to start thinking about my year and what it's going to look like and how I'm going to get there. And I think that's really important that we start doing that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we get stuck in the cyclone of being busy and what accountability actually means. But yeah, as Kirsty said, I'm a certified bucket list coach, award-winning author, international speaker. Most of you know all this about me. A lot of you don't know the things that I've done in the past, and who some of my clients that I'm working with at the moment, I do actually do accountability stuff with them for their business. And it's not so much, I'm not a business coach. What I do is I just help them keep track, I set goals, help them keep on track, and just be there to be that support and champion for them for their business. I don't talk about that because I'm really excited about my bucket list coaching. That's like my passion. I love doing that, but I also love helping people. And I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to time management and goal setting. As Kirsty knows, when she first met me, I gave her a quick lesson on goal setting, and she goes, "Oh, okay," and got into it, didn't you, Kirsty?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know what I was getting myself into at the time, but I tell you, it's made a huge difference. That's for sure.
That's good. Good to know. So I want you to think about when someone asks you how you're going. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I've been so busy"? I know I have. I you know, and it's that heaviness. And I do talk about it with my balance stuff, is saying, you know, the heaviness of language and that of being so busy, and you feel that weight. But we do get stuck in that because we're doing that cyclone of to-do list stuff each day. And what I want you to think about is, what are you busy doing? Busy doing what? Because sometimes we get so caught up in the stuff that we forget what we've even done. We're just trying to tick things off our list. And are we actually making progress with our business, with the things we're doing? Or is it just stuff that we think we should be doing, but you don't even know where you're going to be ending up? You just think you have to do this to keep turning your business over. And sometimes I've got to the end of the day, I'm going, oh, where's that day gone? What have I actually achieved? What have I done? I don't know. I can see a few of you on the screen, but if you want to put your hand up, but have you ever been at the end of the day and go, oh, what have I actually done today? Yeah. You have, Beverly? Yep. Maureen? It's definitely something that, you know, sometimes we do get caught up. Oh, just got to do this. I've just got to do that. And then, you know, when you look back on your day, you think, well, what did that really achieve? Was that a revenue activity, revenue generating activity? Because that's what we need to think of. Are we actually doing just things that we think, oh, we have to be on social media, putting those social media things out? Well, yes, we do. But what else have you done to actually generate income? So two things can be happening with this. Maybe you're just being busy for the sake of being busy, because that's what we've been taught. Being busy is the way to go. If you're not busy, then what are you actually doing? And so you think you have to be at the computer all the time, being busy, busy, busy. And sometimes that's how we've learned to run our day, because often we think, oh, okay, we're running our day. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to achieve these different things. But are we actually letting ourselves sit back and think about where our business is going? Think about, are we on the right path? Reflect on how things have been so that we can do some changes instead of just keep going doing the same old, same old. We need to take time out to actually reflect on what we've been doing. And what I'll often do is, when I'm working with my clients at this time of year, is that we'll have a bit of a reflect on the year. and not so much to go, oh, all the things that went wrong. And it's just go, well, how did the year go? Did I keep on track? Can I do things better? And then we go, okay, all right, let's start looking forward now. But it's really important to have the reflection time, just so that you can work out, what else you might want to do. What didn't you do that you really wanted to do? And just get that front of mind before you start setting your goals for the next year. So I want to talk about working on your business versus working in your business. Now, who's heard of the difference between working on your business and working in your business? Maureen, Trish, Hayley, yep. Kirsty, Beverly, yep. Sorry if I can't see anybody else that's down. I can only see a few people. So it's really important to, yes, you've got to work in your business. You've got to do the things of the day-to-day to keep it turning over, seeing clients, selling products, doing, whatever your scheduling is, your invoicing, that type of thing. But it's really important to step back and go work on your business. Where is your business going? Where do you see it going? Working on your business is more the planning, creating side. Working in your business is the daily to-do list, doing the things that you have to do to keep it ticking over. And I know my eyes keep flicking over to the side because that's where you are. So I might actually try and bring you over here, because I do like to look at people. There we go. And I'll look up. So we need to be taking time out to work on your business as well as in your business. Now, working in your business can be your everyday, and it can be most days. But if you even do one day a month working on your business, where you take the moment to just reflect, how did the last month go? What's the next month, what I want to achieve? What things can I start doing to generate income? What plans do I have in place? You need to start looking at those type of things so that you get new opportunities. And you may not want to actually expand your business, but it's important to look at how your business is going at the time. And this slide here tells you a bit about working in your business. It's like seeing your clients, selling your product, writing your programs, answering queries, invoicing, scheduling. Usually this is where you're fighting the fires. I've got things to do, got so much to do. Like I was telling Kirsty earlier, that last couple of weeks has been like all dealing with all these different things, because I've had my grandbaby that I've had to look after quite a bit, and I've had this presentation to do, and I've got the workshop that we're doing together coming up, and we've got the Christmas party for Ocean Network, and we've got all these things coming. So that's like fighting the fires. It's doing the things as you need to do them. I haven't been able to have time to step back to work on my business, but I have scheduled in time to do that. Because working on your business is the things like your education. It's really important that you listen to podcasts, blogs, read blogs, do anything to sort of boost your education. Read the books, listen to audio books if that's your preference when you go walking or whatever it is. You need to plan for the future, set your goals, measure success. Well, how are you measuring success? That's the thing. Is everyone measuring their success? Have you got KPIs in place? Do you know what financial goals you want? Do you know what how many clients you want to have? Do you have all those goals? If we don't have those, then how are we actually measuring our success? Things like that we need to think about. Automating processes. Sometimes we need to think about the processes we have in place. Do we need to delegate? Do we need to get a VA? Do we need to hire somebody? Can we automate something? Like it could be signing somebody up to be on your email list. Have you got 6 automatic emails going out afterwards, so you don't have to do them, that you don't have to constantly nurture your list? You need automatic things to happen. And also talking, oh, that went backwards, talking with mentors. It's really important. Kirsty and I will talk about a lot of stuff. I talk to Maureen about things, and you get a different view with a lot of different people. And it may not be, okay, I might not definitely go with what Maureen says, or definitely go with what Kirsty says, but it gives me ideas, gets me thinking about how do I want my business to be seen? What tips can I pick up from people, So it's really important to talk with people about it as well. Oh, what is going on here? So it's really important to find the balance, to be able to step away from your business, just to step away from the day-to-day, have that time out for you, whether you take a whole day, half a day, a couple of hours regularly, just to step away to, just have a think about your business. Where do you want it to be? How do you want it to look? How do you want people to see you? If we don't ask these big questions and all this stuff that we're doing the day-to-day, it really just means you're just churning the wheel. You're on that hamster wheel. You're just churning away. And you might be a certain amount of successful, but are you where you want to be? It also, stepping away will give you the chance to look at the bigger picture. a lot of the time, like I'm very much a detailed person. I love the detail. I can get down to nitty gritty and work out the steps that I need to take. But sometimes I forget about that big picture. You know, what is it that I'm actually trying to achieve? What is the message I'm trying to get out there? What is that really big stuff? So that all this stuff that I'm doing underneath it is actually going for a reason. So we need to do that balance between the big picture, because some people are big picture people and get stuck up there and don't know how to even start because they can't find that first step. We need that balance between. And when you do focus on a big picture, there's you can actually enjoy what your business is about. I know here we all started it for a reason. You know, we love our businesses. We're usually passionate about what we do. You know, Trisha's passionate about her books. You know, Vicky's passionate about body, spine, align, and your facial products and things like that. We're passionate about these things. So we need to not just do the day-to-day, think we have to sell. We need to just step back, go, okay, what do I want to really do this for? What's the message? Who am I really when I'm working in this business? And of course, work smarter, not harder. As small business people, Kirsty, we know, don't we, that we can get stuck doing this, and we can work from early in the morning till late at night, and we can work weekends. That's not going to help you. You need to be able to have time for yourself. So are you actually having, like, I don't book any appointments and things in on a Monday morning. I don't start any appointments until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday. And I don't usually book anything in on a Friday because I need that time to work on my business, to create things, to be able to just ready myself for the week, reflect back on the week. So just having that time. And by doing that, I know with my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, how much that I need to get done. And I'm much more productive by doing that because I'm not getting towards that burnout. Because my background is in corporate and in government. And you should see the burnout and stress that is in those jobs. And because they do the same thing. They just work. It's all about power. It's all about moving up the ladder. And there's a lot of burnout there. Well, there's also, when you've got your own business, that we see a lot of burnout as well. So ask yourself, what's your long-term plan for your business? In 12 months, 5 years, 10 years? Do you want to be in business in 10 years? These are questions we need to ask for. Why are we doing it? Do we want to sell our business in 5 years? Do we want to get it to a stage where we can sell off, license it? You need to have these sort of long-term plans in place. And it doesn't have to be stuck in stone because it changes. My business has changed about 3 or 4 times since I started because I'm still trying to find where I really want to sit. And it's like doing this. A lot of people didn't know I did this because I was concentrating on the bucket list stuff. But next year, I think I've seen what's happened this year where people haven't been able to cope with the challenges that COVID and restrictions have brought onto their businesses. I think, Kirsty, if you want to just let them in. Yep. So it's important that we sort of have an idea, but be flexible. But think, okay, I think I'd like to be able to sell my business in 10 years, or I just want to retire in 10 years. Just have a bit of an idea where you want to be. You need to know if you're on track with your plans. How do I know I'm on track to sell my business in 10 years? What do I need to have in place? In 12 months' time, if I want to have a book written, how do I know I'm on track? I can't just write the book in the last month of that year and go, oh my goodness, I've got a whole book to write. Haven't we, Trish? I know we can probably do it. But no. But it's best not to put that pressure on yourself. It's just knowing, what are your plans? In 12 months, I'd like to write a book. Okay, where do we start? If you start thinking that now, small little steps will actually help you on the way to that bigger goal. What skills do you need? We all need to upgrade our skills. It's really, really important that we do that. I know with skills with computer technology is something I'm always working on. And when I did my podcast, I had to learn how to use Audacity. I had to learn what I could do with Zoom. When I very first started out, Zoom was, oh my God, what is this program? But I've learned a lot of that stuff and I had to keep teaching myself. These are skills that you need. Is it something like you need to learn your accounting software? They're just those type of skills that yes, Kirsty? Yeah, there's skills that we need to do. So they need to be in your plans to think, well, when can I learn that? What professional development do you need? I don't know, Vicky, do you have to keep up with professional development to keep your accreditation, that type of thing? Is that something we need to think about for the following year? How many hours? There's things that we need to think about with our professional development. Maureen and I are both coaches, but we're always looking at ways of upgrading, thinking about how can we use our skills or the things that we've been taught in our development, personal development, for our professional development. And the last question I want you to think about, who can help support you? It's really, really hard and lonely and all those things that you hear if you're doing it by yourself. If you think you've got to put on that face that I'm a successful business person, I don't want anyone to know what's really going on, it's not helping you and it's not helping your business. It's really important to have somebody to talk to throw ideas out. Like I've got Maureen as an accountability buddy. I've got somebody else as an accountability buddy for something else. I've got Kirsty, who we work together. We're buddies for our business. Just throwing out ideas. It's great to have someone support you. Like Kirsty has been a wonderful support to me since I started, because I came out, 3.5 years ago, 4 years maybe, I started my business. I come from government. I have no idea what a business was. So I'm still learning all the time how to run a business. So who can support you? And sometimes it's good to get a business coach if you need a business coach, or if you need a mentor, if you need an accountability buddy. It's working out what you need. I just want to show you this slide before I move on, is that, Maureen, you'll know this one, is from Stephen Covey's, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's really important that we look at the zone that we're in when we're doing the do for our business. And if you'll see there, the very top left-hand side is the dimension of demand. It's quadrant 1. And in that quadrant, that's where our daily cyclone happens, putting out fires, doing emergencies, pressing problems. We might set goals, but we give them low priority. We forget about them because we're under pressure to get the daily grind stuff done. In quadrant 2, dimension of fulfillment, the zone, that's the quadrant we want to be in. That's where you're working on your business. This is where you're in flow. This is where you're planning and you're thinking. You've got a few crises. You've got that vision and perspective for your business. So it's really important to try and be in a no stress area. Sometimes we will be in that maximum stress area of quadrant 1 because we need to get things done for our business. Things happen. Like I've been looking after my grandchild I had 2 days last week over the weekend, and I've got 2 more days this week. Doesn't give me a lot of business time. So I am under a little bit of stress, but that's not a bad thing, because I know next week I'll be fine. I'll be all right again because I'll be working in that less stress area. You do not want to be in quadrant 3 and 4. Quadrant 3 is the dimension of delusion. Interruptions, to-do lists, meeting others' urgent demands that are not significant to achieving outcome. Anybody recognize this quadrant? Short-term focus. Yeah, Kirsty? Yeah. I think we all do at some time. See goals and plans as worthless, or if it's not worthless, it's just that I don't have time for that. What's the use of doing goals and plans when I've got so much to do? Well, how are you going to grow your business or get out there, or, work out what's actually going on for your business if you don't take time? And then quadrant 4, you have your dimension of distraction, your busy work. That's where, I'm so busy, but your time wasters, I'm just going to put a post on Facebook. Half an hour later, I've been scrolling through and seeing what everyone else is doing. Another hour's gone, just doing a bit of LinkedIn. These are time wasters. They're not getting in and doing it. Like Kirsty knows how to get in there and put in your social media. You do it all at once. You schedule it in, you do as much as you can, and it's done, and you get away. I found myself early on when I thought, I've got to be on social media. I've got to be visible and get myself out there. But I was doing a post every day. And so I got on and post. Yep, that's great. I'll just have a look what people are doing. I just need to see what's happening here. And I was wasting 2 hours a day. I worked out it was like 2 hours a day of not doing anything that was revenue generating for my business, because I got lost. I kept doing these time wasters because I thought, just see what everyone else is doing. And then you don't realize how time goes. This is where you'll get avoidance and procrastination as well. You don't really achieve much, and no thoughts of goals or plans. So I just thought that might be helpful just to see that little thing. We want to be in quadrant 2 if we can. But as I said, I wanted to give you 3 keys for success, for getting out of that busyness, and what accountability will do for your business to achieve business success. So 1 is to know your goals. 2 is to know your actions. And 3, keep accountable, whether it's just to yourself or to somebody else. You need to find a way that's going to keep you accountable. So in the know your goals, what's your vision for the next 1 to 5 years? You need to better write these goals down. Now I've got some stats here. I always like to show this slide when we do the workshop, because if you write down your goals for the next 12 months, then you're going to be, ahead of 80% of the people who don't. 80% of people do not even think about goals. 16% don't write them down, even if they have a goal in their head. 4% write them down, but the high achievers, the one who actually get through stuff to actually really achieve, and you see out there that are successful, the 1%, they write down their goals and they regularly review them. So I think that's really important to remember. Even writing them down, you're ahead of the 80%. You know, you're in that 4%. So if you want to be in that 1%, write them down, regularly review each day. I have mine written next to my computer so I can see them all the time. And if you know your yearly goals and you look at them every day, you need to be able to break them down. And this is what I teach my clients and teach in the workshops, is how to break them down. Breaking yearly goals down into 90-day goals to break them down. Because if you have this great big goal for 12 months and then don't know what to do with it, it's just going to be a great big goal. You're not going to take any action. So this is where you're going to know your actions. Breaking down your 90-day goals into actions. What are you going to do for the first month? Then what are you going to do in the first week? Know your actions and prioritize them. It's really important to do something and take that first step. And the thinking goes like this, and I wrote it down here. It says, if I plan on my actions being imperfect and just do something, it takes the pressure off taking the next ideal step and of getting it just right when I do. You can be realistic about what you can achieve and sustain, because too many people won't start because it's not the right, what they call the right or the ideal step. Just take action. Even if it's not quite the right step, you're taking action, and then your brain will go, well, what's the next thing I need to do? Well, what's the next thing? And you'll get that momentum. It's like a snowball effect, I suppose. And once you take a step, it's not as big as you think. I think I've seen recently on Facebook those memes that go around with the ladders. One ladder has like such a great big step, and so nobody takes it because they can't quite get up to that first step. But the other ladder's got lots of rungs, and you just take that little first one, and then you take the next one, and you're actually moving, whereas other people aren't. So it's really important not to think it has to be perfect. And that's why Kirsty and I are doing this workshop, the imperfect planning, because I know a lot of people who did planning for this year, they got stuck. They think, oh, all my goals are set in stone. They didn't know how to be flexible. They didn't know what step to take when things change or when there was challenges. But it's really important just to take one step to find out what can you do to go towards your goals. The third step is to keep accountable. Just because you work for yourself doesn't mean you are alone. I want that to be really clear to people. There are so many people out there that'll help you, whether it's a mastermind, whether it's building these business relationships with Ocean Network. There's lots of people I've met in here that have been able to help out. We go and have a coffee chat. It's amazing what you can learn or find out having a coffee chat with somebody. Have an accountability buddy. Maureen and I are 11:30 every Tuesday, most of the time when we can, aren't we, Maureen? That's because we want to just throw things out there and see how we're going. Are we on track? Did we do what we said we were going to do last week? I've got clients, I've got one in Sydney at the moment, who we started off just doing, she needed some personal coaching. And then she realized that her business was really impacting on her. She has her own business. So she just said, look, I'm having a lot going on. Can we just work on the business for a bit? And so what we've done is we've combined the personal coaching with the business coaching. And it's not really business coaching where I say you need to set these financials and that sort of stuff. It's best been accountable. What does she want to achieve by Christmas time? We've broken it up, gone backwards. We know what launches she's having. We know what emails she has to get out, photos she has to take for her emails. It's just having someone to help you break it down, because sometimes you can't see. You say, I want to do this, but how am I going to do it? So just having somebody else to help you break it down can be amazing, you know, what you can actually achieve in that smaller amount of time. So just some tips. Take some time to reflect on where you're heading and ask yourself, is this what I want for my business or myself? Because all this happens for yourself as well. You can set personal goals. Have the balance of working on your business as well as in your business. Take imperfect action. So if you plan on your actions being imperfect and just do something, it takes the pressure off. Just do something. And be in charge of your self-management. Do you need help with someone? Are you looking after yourself? Are you not heading towards that stressful quadrant of, you know, heading towards burnout and not loving what you're doing? Be in charge of your self-management and work out what do you need to be looking after yourself. So just quickly about, I think most of you know that we're having this, Kirsty and I are having this workshop, 1-day business immersion, goal setting and content mapping for growth. We've called it Imperfectly Planned because of what's happened for a lot of people this year. I know people, I think, Joe, you're one of them that has actually set goals with us in the beginning of the year and have been able to achieve a lot of things. So it's really important that you know how to set your goals so that you can take action. And actually, you know, I hate using this word because everyone uses it, pivot, but you need to be able to be flexible or pivot. You know, if something happens in your industry or whatever and something changes, you know, you need to be able to go, oh, okay, I'll just relook at that goal, work out what I need to do, what's the first steps towards the new goal. So we're doing it on November 24th and January 30th. We've only got, I think, 2 to 3 spots maybe left for November 24th. And if you miss that one, come to January 30th. We'll get the Belvedere. It's a beautiful day. We have a wonderful lunch, you know, special long lunch, and you can pick Kirsty's brain, pick my brain about things. You get a goodie bag, and we were just telling Harley before we have to buy a heavy duty goodie bag because of all the goodies we've got planned for everybody. You get morning tea, you get tea and coffee all day, you get our workbooks, you get planners, you get everything to set yourself up for success. You get professional headshot. And we all need to keep our headshots updated because people want to see us how we are. I know I use the one with my orange shirt a lot, but I try and mix it up with newer ones because that was now probably 2.5 years ago, 3 years. You need to keep them updated. So we're getting you 2 professional headshots as well. So any questions? I will stop share so I can come back and see all your wonderful faces. There we go. What have we got in there? Life is all about balance. Same with teachers. A lot of burnout out there too. Yeah, Maureen, it would be. So is there any questions or anything you want to ask me about that, busyness and accountability?
I had a question and I should have written it down because now I can't think of it. It'll come to me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I like my 10-year-old headshot as it makes you look younger.
I know, but the thing is when people see us for real, when we go out there, they go, oh, that's not the person we saw. And I have seen a lot of conversations on Facebook around that too. There's a group I'm in for coaches, change makers and entrepreneurs, and they talk about that, having what headshot should you have on there. And some people like having that younger one on, but it just depends where you're using it. Because if I want to go meet you and you don't look like the picture on your Facebook or your LinkedIn, I go, oh, what can I believe about this person? So it's about believability as well.
Just be purple. It makes it a lot easier.
Oh, yes. Be purple. Everyone knows purple then. It's the purple lady. For dating too. I wouldn't know about that, Haley, but okay. Not personal experience. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, as you know, people like Maureen like to look younger. Well, I think we all do, don't we? We've got those favourite photos and yeah.
We do. Yeah, I definitely do. I look at some of my running photos. I think, oh, I looked good in that one. And then I go, oh, can I use that one? But yeah, it depends what we want to use them for.
Gabriella, don't have a question, but want to say something?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank so much for Ocean Network for making us to stay together during this time, difficult time for everybody. It's nice to be looking forward to come to see you every 2 weeks, even though you don't see me very clearly here, but at least to hear